Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our 10th webinar for Diamond Club Australia 2016. It has been a great start. What a fantastic effort to each and every one of you. A huge weekend. The amount of enrolments and volume has been phenomenal, and not only that, I think the motivation that you're all providing to one another in terms of Facebook posts and messages and photos and really sharing what's happening and the purpose behind Diamond Club is enhancing the experience tenfold. So thank you so much for participating at this stage so far.
Yes, we've had a great beginning to this Diamond Club this year in February. Usually it's a bit tough, but everyone's really doing great and being positive about everything. And really, we're seeing quite a bit of enrollments and enthusiasm at the beginning of this Diamond Club. We'd love to see that.
So on today's agenda, what we've got covered is the organisation. So we'll touch a little bit on how you guys are organising yourselves and what might be some helpful hints in terms of the, I guess, the tools that you can use in order to be organised. So then we'll go a little bit more into using Diamond Club tools and what actually is out there, and then how to source them. Then we're going to go into the standings. So this is the exciting bit. We get to see where everyone's sitting at the moment. How's that looking, Logan?
It looks great. We have quite a few up top with a lot of enrollments and a lot of points right now. So we love to see that. Everyone's got at least a few enrollments, which is nice. And we'd like to see everyone continue at the beginning of the month. That's when we like to see you get most of the enrollments as possible at the beginning of the month.
And then that way it's a little bit more cruisy, I think, towards the end of the month. So,
makes life easier.
Yeah, you can be calm. And I think sometimes a lot more comes back to you once you do have that time as well to, I guess, either go back or follow up on a few people that you may have met in the first 2 weeks.
Exactly.
And then we've got the amazing Noel Blanchard, who will be coming on to share some of his experience. Again, another winner from Diamond Club last year. So being able to have speakers that have gone through it all, I think is really valuable. They've been there, they know what's happening, and they are able to share and help out with that as well.
We're really grateful for that, to show you guys where you can go this year and how to do it through their experiences.
Excellent. So something else that we just wanted to touch on quickly before we do that is what has been happening in terms of a monthly requirement or an out of area and event. So this week there was a lot of feedback in terms to a rule that we had out there. So we want to thank you all for your patience as we followed up on your concerns that you mentioned online and via email. We obviously want to provide you with support and information that's correct, that's true, and that will enhance your experience during this Diamond Club. So what we did was we verified that the requirement around members being in and out of area is not new to Diamond Club, and previously it meant that they had to be on the Loyalty Rewards program in order for you to approach that area. This year, however, we are willing to allow that you travel to an area that has a member there but that isn't necessarily on the Loyalty Rewards program. We want you all to succeed in Diamond Club and build out of area locations. So with that being said, if you do not have a member in an out of area location, you will need to contact Logan, our Diamond Club administrator, by email and give all of the information you have about the trip and the events you'll be holding in order for it to be approved. This will be on a case-by-case basis. And a lot of it, like we can say, we're pretty supportive in what you do. Yeah. There's just a couple of things, I guess, that we would want to know, which is
where it is going to be, this out of area, who are you visiting, or where you're holding that event, whose home or location that you're at, who's going to be attending, the expected turnout of the event and the participants, and the why behind that specific location for you of traveling there, so that we know that information and we can do our best to approve you going to that area and building your team and your legs there.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if there's an area and there's no, there's no other team there or there has been no momentum, it may be really good to kind of have that support, because we want you to, I guess, make the most of those locations that you're visiting. We want you to have a success rate. We want you to be traveling these kilometres and this distance and be able to get benefits out of it, which means enrollments and it means points. So that's, I guess, why we would want you to have that success rate and experience that with people already been there. And yeah, like we said, if not, that's okay. Come and talk to us and we'll figure out a way that we can make that happen, or we'll just approve that from here.
Exactly. I'm more than happy to approve those if you give good reasons, and we have the available resources for you to do that.
So when we come back to organisation, this is, I guess, more about the equipment or the organisation that you've got with you at the moment. So you've been out there for a week and a half and you've had your first weekend. So, Logan, obviously it's important to have a folder or a binder for Diamond Club. So what kind of forms are we talking about in that folder?
So you're going to want to have enrollment forms for your enrollments. You want to keep track of those. You're going to want to have your receipts for your traveling, for your out-of-area locations that you're going to, just to keep track and have everything organized that way, so it's easier to get reimbursed at the end of the month and turn those in. You're going to want to have your list of where you've traveled and those locations with that form, and you're going to want to have your enrollment forms. I already mentioned that, but that is very important to keep track of. Your class outlines or price lists in order to give those out and know what the oils cost and help people with their ordering while they're enrolling. And obviously those class outlines, like I mentioned, are very important in order for you to know what you're doing in each class. Have a simple outline prepared for each class. Each one's going to be different, obviously, but depending on where you're going, you'll know what you're doing beforehand.
Yeah, and that class outline, I guess it's similar to the one on the Empower Kit, isn't it? It's like that step-by-step process on who is doTERRA or how does doTERRA work and what is CPTG and what oils are used for this and that. And yeah, I think that they're also, fairly important at this stage. And also your calendar, or I think it's important to have a calendar or a diary.
Very important to have that maybe in your phone or on your computer, have it linked to you some way so that you have notifications coming to you of what you need to be doing at a certain time, or to remind you about what you need to prepare for in each day or each part of the day, or even during your meetings and events, so that you know when to go on to the next step and to be organized and get things done in a timely manner.
Yeah, time management's a big one, because I think sometimes we can have those conversations. It's like connecting and communicating, and an hour or 2 hours passes and we've got to go here, there and everywhere. So definitely time management is key there, and potentially an overnight bag ready to go. I think that with the overnight bag ready to go, it means that if you do happen to go over that time restraint or that time limit that you had originally planned, then you are able to, stay on if needed, or you can go to certain places, or maybe there is going to be a little bit of a detour along the road. And that's okay. You've got your overnight bag ready to go.
Right. We want you to be prepared and organized just in case someone calls up and they want you to do an event the next day in their location and you have to travel, so you already have everything you need to go and do that event. You'll have it ready in that bag, so you can just leave right then if it is a far travel, or if you do need to stay in a location longer, you have extra supplies in order to do what you need to do.
And comfort is certainly key. That's my helpful hint for the day. Alrighty, so in terms of using your Diamond Club tools, we've covered most of these, but...
Yeah, all of this is mainly located on our website. We keep mentioning this because it is very important to use those resources, the forms that are available on the website. I know a lot of participants or past participants have their own forms that they've created to keep track of their enrollments or their events or their reimbursements. And I think Noel's going to go over that a little later when he speaks, but it is very important to stay organized with the forms, to have them ready and updated at all times, to be ready at the end of the month to turn in reimbursements and be ready to switch over to a new month of enrollments and events to get things going.
Yeah.
You want to use those resources. You have your sponsors that are sponsoring you. You have your uplines that are there to help you at any time that's necessary. Obviously, we have the Facebook page where other Diamond Club members are there to help and support you, answer any questions. I'm on there as much as possible to answer any questions or concerns and to chat with you on Facebook when I have time available. And obviously myself through email or through the phone. We'll give you those resources on one of the last slides of how to contact me. You should already have that information, but we're going to keep giving it to you just so you have it at all times.
Yeah, and we are getting our phones fixed. Well, not fixed, but the technical difficulties that we have currently been experienced, we are unfortunately still experiencing, but we have heard from our friends at Telstra that should be fixed this week. So again, if you're unable to leave voicemail messages or get onto us, then that's okay. Just email us on the Diamond Club email address. So here's the standings. I'm going to, before I release them, I'll just hand, I guess, hand back over to Logan to explain how things have been flowing, and I guess the importance of these standings, because this is where we start seeing where everyone kind of is, like the momentum is starting to flow. Now these can change, and these fluctuate, I guess, very often on a daily basis. But Logan, how often are you going to be releasing these? Where are you going to be releasing these? And basically how often?
I want to be releasing these at least weekly on our webinars and probably at the end of the week on Facebook, just to give you guys information on where you are in the standings. We may not list the full list of everyone that's participating in the standings, maybe just the top 25 or the top 10, or do it by enrollments. But here we have the people that are over 10 enrollments already after the first week. We want to congratulate them for working hard in the first week of February and the first week of Diamond Club this year. So
well done, guys. Congratulations. Great work. So that's Kirsten Thrush, Penny Hardy, Erin Blott, Jenny Park, Tanya Zayeda, Renee Twilley, Nicholas Fairbairn, Sam Bunker, John Croft, Annie Clark, Margie Humphreys, Marita Albert, Gavin Nerney, and Mitch Pope. So thank you so much. It's just a huge achievement already.
So we're going to go ahead and show you the top 5 currently. They're kind of already in order there on the over 10 enrollments, but we have Kirsten Thrush, Penny Hardy, Erin Blott, Jenny Park, and Tanya Zayeda as our top 5 in points and enrollments so far. So congratulations and keep up the hard work.
Yeah, you're really, going strong, ladies.
Now we're going to hear from our guest speaker, Will Blanchard, and he is currently in gold, and he finished second in Diamond Club last year. He was very organized with his events and enrollments, and he's going to go ahead and speak to us and give us a little bit of information on how he was able to stay organized last year to be a finisher and a finalist.
Hi, Noel, are you there?
I am indeed. Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me?
You're a little bit faint. Is there a way to make that go up a little bit? Oh, no, you're right. Sorry, that's the volume. Yep, all good now.
Okay, you just have me turned down. Is that it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's having an amazing start to Diamond Club. It is such an amazing thing to do, and for me, it was so amazing and rewarding. And I hope that you take the time to really enjoy the ride, because it is so much fun. There is so much that happens during the next 4 months, or 3 months, a bit over 3 months now, I suppose, but it is so exciting. I remember at the end of last year that Kira and I were chatting, and we were kind of depressed at the end of it, going, it can't be over. We haven't got workshops booked today. What's going on? You meet so many people along the way, and it was so great to have someone like Kira as well that I connected with, that we bounced ideas off and chatted on how it was, and all of the great things to do and the best way to actually get the most out of it, and just taking that time to sort of strategize. So I encourage you, if you find someone, whether it's in your upline or a cross team or someone that you really connect with, to actually take that time to have a little bit of debrief, because there's so much going on. It really is good to take that little bit of time, but do enjoy the ride. It is really a lot of fun. For me, myself, it took me from a very, very new Premier. I only achieved Premier in December, with about just over 50 people in my team at that point, up to gold at the end of the competition, and I had over 160 people in the team within that time. So it was a real huge growth period, and what I would say to you is don't plan to take June off. Continue to plan events through at that point afterwards, to make sure that you have things set up afterwards so that you're not going, I've only got to get through these 4 months and then that's it, I'm going on holidays. Do really keep that planning going, because the momentum and the growth will just keep on flowing, and as you're there supporting people in your team, it is really, really great to be able to do that and to be able to see it happening. After it, you do sort of take a moment and start to see your team just expanding and growing all by themselves, because of you taking that time to go and spend time with them, help them learn how to be able to do it all themselves. It is just such a pleasure and a joy to see your team continue to grow. It's really, really fantastic. I cannot say enough about planning, while still being flexible, because things will change. Plan, plan, plan. Try and plan out all of your dates for the whole 4 months. One of the things that I did was I listed the whole time of every date in there with an AM and a PM, and I put in all of the events that I had booked, and basically said to everyone, whether they were in my team or whether they were friends, said, can you host something here? Can you come to some of my events? Can you recommend anyone that might be interested? And it was a really great way. I had people going, oh, I've got a bit of time here, and yeah, I can.
No, I think you've cut out there. If you can hear us, something's happened. I don't know whether you've put it on mute. Are you still there? Are you there, Noel? Alrighty, so Noel's obviously dropped out. In the meantime,
well, it's a really good opportunity for that. Sorry?
Sorry, Noel, you dropped out for that whole time, or like not that whole time, but about 1 minute or 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Planning, as I said about.
Yeah, we heard the beginning of the planning stage.
Okay, all right, yeah. So plan a morning and an afternoon for any of your available dates. Ask everyone that you know if they can host or if they can be available to come to an event, or can they recommend someone, just so that it gives you an opportunity to really have all of those spaces filled as much as possible. Don't be discouraged if you have some no-shows. I had a couple of those. It's a great time to connect with a host or to catch up on emails and messages. Sometimes, you know, that time with a host really is a good way of connecting with them as well. And also taking the time with your host before you actually come, just to give them what they can do to best help you as well. So that's I found really important. I am a spreadsheet person. I love Excel. I converted the reimbursement forms and the event tracking onto Excel. I will share these on the Diamond Club Facebook page. If you would like to use them, please, you're welcome to. They have calculations in them so that when you enter in your mileage, it will work it all out for you. It will track the number of people that attend your events when you put them in there, and the number of enrollees as well. A really great way just to try and make it as easy as possible, and then I was emailing them off at the end of the month. A big tip of what I would give is fill it out daily. It is one of those things that if you leave it for a couple of days and then you've had a couple of different events and you start going, where did this person enroll and what event did they attend, especially if they're not in your team. If you're as you're helping other people from all other teams, it's really quite difficult. And the only time I found it really difficult was in that last month when I became a little bit slacker with entering him in every day, and it takes twice as long to sit there and try and work it out rather than taking a couple of minutes to enter the information in each day. Or at the event, if you can, it's a really, really quick and easy way to actually do it. Great if you can put it in your diary if for the end of the day. It's just a great prompt for you to go, right, yes, okay, I must do that, or check that, because you may have got someone that didn't enroll on the night who decides to come back afterwards, and you've spoken to them within those couple of days, and then you can actually update your spreadsheet or update your notes at that point as well. I hope Logan doesn't mind me saying this in regards to competition. The competition is amazing and it is fantastic. It is, you know, I came second, and I loved every moment of it. The most important thing, or one of the important things, though, is really support your team during that process. You know, if you've got time, do events for other people and promote yourself that you are able to, but really take that time to connect with your team and say, look, this is a space I have available. I'm here for you. I'm going to help you grow your business or help you grow your team and share all of these amazing oils with so many other people, because that is the key to the longevity of it. As your team grows and their knowledge grows, well, that's when the growth continues even long after Diamond Club. And I'm still enjoying that effect now, a year later, with my team that is really continuing to grow all of the time. I would just say again, have a great time, enjoy the ride. Have as much fun as you can along the way. You know, keep planning, keep having those events in. Be flexible, because they will change. People will either need to not cancel an event, and you can then organise another one really quickly. It's amazing how quickly they can come together when you just put it out there and ask people as you go. Okay. I hope that that's my advice for the time. So I hope that some of that will be helpful, and I'll share those forms on the Diamond Club page as well.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Noel. A lot of really useful information there. And yes, they're getting some questions come through in terms of those, even like spreadsheets or organisational structure. So this is what it's all about. It's all about people sharing their experience, what has worked for them, and then other people being able to utilise those, so that every year we do get stronger, or, you know, every event you're getting stronger and stronger, because you're learning either something from the previous event of what you've personally done, or you're learning something from somebody else. And I think one of our speakers, Molly, even mentioned it's about the relationships that you build throughout Diamond Club as well. The relationships, the friendships, and the connections. So, no, thank you, Noel, in terms of that planning stage.
Thank you so much for giving us that information on how to build with our team and build those relationships. It's really important, because that's really what we want you to do to continue out throughout the year. It's not just these 4 months, like you said, it's to continue building your team and to eventually reach Diamond or Blue Diamond or Presidential Diamond in the future as leaders of doTERRA. That's what we want to see you do, is to be able to become those leaders in doTERRA by building those relationships with your teams and building them up so that they can be leaders as well. We really thank you for those organizational tools that you're going to share with us. I've seen them already. They're amazing. They're going to help everyone out a lot if they want to use them. If not, you're more than welcome to create your own if that's what works for you. So thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Noel. Have a great day. Okay, so I guess that finalises our call for today. We're just going through, again, obviously the resources are up there. If you do have any questions or concerns or any feedback, feel free to email us or email Logan.
Yeah, go ahead and email me. I'm constantly checking those emails, and if I can't respond to you right away, I'm trying to find the answer or looking into it to give you more information on Diamond Club or about your question to help you fully understand any aspect of Diamond Club or enrollments or about doTERRA. There's my phone number as well that links to my office. Like we said, we are having a little bit of technical difficulties with that, so you can definitely always reach me through that email.
Thanks, guys. Onwards and upwards. It's Tuesday today. We've got 3 days until the weekend again. So if you haven't got any events today, tomorrow, the next day, maybe book some in. See how you're ready for the events on the weekend, whether they're all organised, whether you've got everything prepared for it, whether you've got those little packs going, that car pack ready, and of course the oils. I guess through our Diamond Club, don't forget about the products itself and the power of them, and whatever you need through these times, whether that's a little bit of breathe to help clear those air passages and to probably breathe as well. That's awesome. Use some of that lavender. I'm not sure, whatever oils really are going to help you get through, but not just get through, but are going to uplift them, and the power that they have will motivate you through moments as well, to be able to share your experience and what initially brought you here, that moment that changed your life or introduced you to doTERRA. You can always come back into that core and then have the energy to release that as well.
Use some wild orange to get excited and wake up in the morning to show everybody that you can do this, that you're doing it, and that you're going to be very successful in it. So let's have another good week this week in Diamond Club and continue onward. Thank you, everybody.